We're now going to demonstrate sliding a patient away from awkward areas that they've fallen to a slightly easier space so that we can use equipment to pick them up off the floor. With any sort of moving and handling equipment, it's always really important to do your safety checks. So if you're working with slide sheets, check them for any tearing, any wear and tear, or any fraying. If there is a risk assessment within the property, make sure that you're reading it with any special considerations in the moving and handling plan, and always completing your dynamic risk assessment on the spot as well. So with this patient, we've assessed that they're not injured. We've tried to prompt them to get themselves up, which they cannot do, so we're going to aim to get them up with pieces of equipment. But as I mentioned, they have fallen in a slightly awkward space, so we're going to use 2 flat sheets to slide them, but we're also going to use straps which we will attach to the edges of the slide sheets. We do have 2 types of straps here. We have these wipeable straps that you can attach onto the edges of the slide sheet, and your team should be able to purchase those. And we've also got these other straps which you can buy as a special through the Mediquip catalogue, but they do the same thing. They attach onto the straps on the edge of the slide sheet. We're going to use the flip-flop method of applying the slide sheets. And the flip-flop method is where I'm going to fold the slide sheet about 6 inches or so, keeping the edges in line, and I keep folding until I nearly get to the end. Once I have made the folds in the slide sheet, we're then going to put it underneath the head of the patient, but you can also do this method from the foot of the patient. And depending on the situation and what the patient's wearing, it might actually be easier to come up from the feet. We're just going to show you it from the head end. If the patient can tolerate not having a pillow, then it does make it slightly easier with the folds. So placing the folds under the head, and you're bringing the edge of the folds down to where the shoulders are. As you can see, we've got the folds underneath the slide sheet, so the folds all unravel underneath each other. We're going to get in our floor fab stance, so we're going to unroll each fold one at a time all the way down the body to the end. So the outside hand holds the slide sheet, and the inside hand holds the edge of the fold. Ready, steady, go. Don't worry if it gets stuck, because it will unstick itself. Ready, ready, steady, go. Ready, steady, go. Ready, steady, go. Ready, steady, go. So once we've got the slide sheet in place, you'll need to put another slide sheet on the floor from the feet area, and just having it in between the 2 slide sheets that we've got there already. By putting it just in between those 2, you can then be sliding onto the other slide sheet. So with the straps, we're going to attach it to the handles here. Then in our fab stance, we're going to say, ready, steady, slide, and we're going to slide on the word slide. Okay? Ready, steady, slide. And then we might want to step back and do another one. Ready, steady, slide. It's better to do more short slides, keeping good form, than it is to try and do one very long slide. So from that position now, I'm just going to remove this sheet from underneath. And we're just going to do one slide to the side now. I'm just going to place this slide sheet underneath the other one, just tucking it into the body. And we'll attach these straps towards the top end and the hips. I've just noticed there's a little gap here of no slide sheet, so I'm just going to put another little slide sheet in that gap. Thank you. It's important to make sure that there's not going to be any damage to the patient's heels. So from here in our fab stance, so weight on that front leg, and all we're going to do is a body movement here. Okay, so ready, steady, slide. And then what I can do, because we're not quite straight, is come down a little bit further and I can just do an extra little slide. So ready, steady, slide. Okay, and the patient's nice and straight. And removing the slide sheets, going for that opposite corner, and sliding up underneath itself. And same from here, reaching for that opposite corner. And sliding it away. And finally, the last slide sheet. And then we're ready to use the equipment to lift the patient up off the floor.